So I'm editing a photo here. The first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take some time here trying to get all this stuff out. I have all these wires. I'm going to spend a good amount of time removing all of this stuff. It's going to be a pain, but I'd rather just show you the whole process of what I actually do and how it kind of starts off. So let's kind of go through all these little wires. And I'm probably going to take out this pole over here with the content aware, but I'll get that after I'm done with these wires. So the patch tool is going to be my best friend here. What else? We got anything over here? Yeah, we got some stuff over here. Let's check it out. What's up, guys? So once again, if you just joined, I am taking all this time to get all these wires. I knew when I was shooting into it that I was going to get these wires, but it was going to be a simple fix. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it was going to be a simple fix. So this is the shot we have to work with here. I'm going to get all these wires out right now using the patch tool. And there's a couple more right about here. Right about there. So we'll see how far we go with this edit. I'll try to stay on if you guys have questions. I still haven't been able to get music yet, so I know it's all quiet and kind of boring, but it's all right. I figured I'd go live for a little bit. Why not? You can always play your own jams in the background. What's going on, Paulo? Hey, dude. What's up, Vicente? What's up, guys? So yeah, I'm just here, just getting the wires out, doing the boring stuff, but might as well just get it done now before I get into all the other stuff. And a little bit, I'll get into frequency separation and the dodge and burn. We'll see if we get into some color grading. I just ate, so I'm full and I'm ready to edit. I just finished some client photos a while ago, so I was like, yay. Now I can edit my personal work that I got going on here. I did this shoot with my friend Hector and Marco, of course. Jessica came in the clutch. She messaged me like 2 hours before we wanted to shoot and said, hey, I'll volunteer and help you guys. Because I put on Instagram. I was like, yo, anybody want to shoot today? And we only had like one other person that kind of told us last minute, and she was one of them. And I was just like freaking out. I was like, yeah, I haven't worked with Jessica in a while. So it was cool that she was able to make it out and help us out and stuff. So mainly set it up for my friend Hector so that he can get some shots. I got a couple of shots. I got some okay ones. Hey, what's up? What's up, Eduardo? What's going on, Gilbert? If you guys have questions, feel free to ask away. I'm going to be editing here for a while. So I'm on my layer 1. I removed those distractions right there, as you can see. And I feel like this kind of looks the same, so I'm going to kind of break it apart here. I'm just going to grab something else over here or something. There we go. That looks better. Okay. So let me see what the content aware does here. I'm probably going to have to remove the poll. I was going to ask you guys, should I remove it? Is it going to look terrible with it, without it? And I have a feeling all of you guys are going to say to remove it. So I'm going to try content aware first, see if that does the trick. Please do a good job because I don't feel like doing it myself. Come on, Photoshop. Come on, ice cream. And it did a decent job. So all this rest of the stuff that it didn't do a good job, I'm just going to do it manually. So I'm just going to get the patch tool here, bring that down. So thank you, Photoshop. You just saved me some time there. I'll grab that section and we'll go straight across. And we'll grab some of this grass and then we'll shave it off towards the bottom. So cool beans. Now we have our image already set up. I kind of like that these rocks are here in the foreground. I was gonna remove them, but I kind of like them. I don't know what you guys think. So yeah, I like that. It's looking cool. What do we got? Hello, hello. What's up, guys? All right. So you know the routine. I'm going to get into my frequency separation now that I've cleaned up the image. Those of you that just joined, we already cleaned up all the wires and some of the distractions in the image. Now I'm going to go ahead and run my frequency separation action. I'm going to hit the play button, and then you guys know it. The important one is going to be this radius. So I'm going to zoom in on the skin just to make sure that the texture is removed from the skin. At 10 looks good. Since this is a full body shot, usually this radius number is going to be a low number. So I'm going to go maybe about, let's go a little bit higher, because I'm looking at the legs and I want to make sure that that's separated. So 14 should be good. Make sure the texture on the leg is separated. What I just said right now didn't sound right. So making sure the texture on the legs is separated from the color. There we go. And we even got the flyaways. So I'll probably get some of the flyaways off too. So I'm gonna hit OK. Once again, guys, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask in the comments and I'll try to get to it. If not, I'll just continue editing here and I'll just continue talking. All right, so I'm gonna get some of the flyaways off. So if I just click the texture layer, you'll see that the hair is on the texture. So I'm just gonna get the clone stamp. I'm gonna go to current layer and I'm just gonna grab this texture. This is an easy way to get rid of the flyaways. Now I don't want to make it like super perfect. I do want a couple of flyaways there, but I do want to get the ones that are maybe drawing a little bit too much attention away. So those will be fine there. I'm okay with that. And let's come up here to the top. And I'll definitely remove some of them up here, maybe, possibly. Let's see. Yeah, that looks fine. Let's grab some of these. Clean up that. Good. And we've got that. Wonderful. Hey man, it's a good idea that you remove the distractions. Thanks, man. Hey Lab, always love your content. Just wanted to let you know. Thank you. I'm going to be working on a new video soon. I haven't posted content lately just because I've kind of taken a break, a little bit of a break. I was making a lot of videos. But I'm in the works of doing a one light setup for studio. So that should be hopefully coming out early next week. I'm going to film it. I'm just narrowing down the date with the model that we're going to record and actually film everything. So it's either going to be, oops, I moved something there. Sorry about that. So I'm definitely going to have a video coming out there, and I'll probably do like a full edit video pretty soon. I know that you guys really like those. So I'll probably be definitely doing a full edit video soon. And there you go, sir. Please upload a full edit tutorial video on YouTube. It's difficult to follow along. Yeah, for sure, man. I'll definitely do a full edit. Now, keep in mind, when I do my full edit videos, those are more at an intermediate level. So don't forget, guys, that on my channel, I have a lot of beginner level videos on frequency separation, which I'm doing right now, actually. So make sure you check that out. Also, dodge and burn. My full edit videos, they're meant for me to go kind of quick, with the understanding that you guys should already know how to use Photoshop and are familiar with the basics of Photoshop. Okay. I do also have some beginner level videos for Capture One, and I just released a video for Lightroom as well. So those of you Lightroom users, I got videos for you guys. Capture One. So basically, there's love for everybody. Capture One, Lightroom, all that stuff. All right, so now I'm just going to remove some of the texture, some of the blemishes, and just blend it off. I'm just going to try to get the big areas first. I love going live on YouTube. It's super cool. Like I used to go live on Instagram. It was cool. It was nice. Like I love my Instagram audience, But it sucks because like you can never see my screen, and then the phone just looks terrible, and then everybody's like, show me your settings. What are you doing? I can't see. And it was just so annoying, you know, that, you know, the phone can't capture everything. And in here, like I can see the comments a lot better. It's not popping up in front of, you know, my screen. It's just so much better. What do we got over here? We've got some more questions. You can also do content aware fill when trying to remove objects. Select, edit, content aware. It gives you more control. Oh, yes, you're correct, Antonio. Thank you for that, man. Yeah, I use that one too, man, sometimes. I love your dodge and burn video. My Instagram page name is cool. Send me a DM, dude, so I can give you a follow on Instagram. I'm pretty sure you did. I think I just got a message from somebody telling me that they loved my dodge and burn video on Instagram. That might have been you, actually. But yeah, if I do a good job with this edit, I might do a full edit of this photo. We'll see. Right now, I am not sure how it's going to look. But I can tell you this much. This is kind of like my typical go-to style. So it should end up being a relatively nice edit. Because it has the colors that I like. It has the golden hour vibes. So it should be a nice edit. I'm probably going to just, you know, edit with my usual colors and my usual color scheme. So it should be nice. All right, now that we got that, I'm going to adjust my helper layers. I'm going to go into the mixer brush now. And I'm going to change this to normal. I usually experiment and play around with different blend modes. So right now I'm going to start off with my normal blend mode. And then I want to come over here to the bruise that she had. She was biking and stuff, so she told me she had some bruises, and I told her, like, don't worry about it. This is going to be an easy fix. So I'm just going to get the mixer brush and just mix in some of this color, push it up. And with just a couple of little pushes of color, I've already got rid of that bruise. So before and then after, take a look at that. Super cool. Okay. We also have some redness here. So I'm going to get some of this color and push this up. So I'm going to get some of this peach color, push it up, and just kind of blend it in there. Okay. And I'm going to get a bigger brush, and I'm just going to swipe down just a little bit. We also, looks like we have another bruise over here. So I'm going to definitely zoom in. Be on the keyboard, and I'm going to brush this color up. There we go. Make sure we get a little bit smaller now. Nice. So I think there's a little bit of bruise there, but I think it'll be okay. This is the before and then the after. Super cool. All right. Liking this so far. I'm going to leave the helper layer off because I'm not going to do too much to the legs. I just want to blend it off, but it's a little bit helpful to see the color. Specifically on the legs, because she has such a color difference because of the bruises, so I need to see where I need to blend certain things. So I think those is fine. The arm, just blend that off just real quick. Okay, so I think we're good with just the legs. Let me double check. It's always a good idea to see what we have. I'm actually going to bring this shadow down just a little bit. I feel like we have like a hot spot here. And I just want to blend that off just like that. Okay. This part of the leg seems a little bit dark, so I'm definitely, when I color grade, I'm going to kind of smooth that out. Now I'm going to go into the face. I don't think I need to do too much to the face, so I'm just going to zoom out. Helper layers. Yeah, we're not going to do too much. We're just going to do a little bit. We're just going to push this a little bit to the side. We're going to get rid of some of the eye bags real quick. And we're going to straighten out the nose there. And I am going to spend more dodge and burn. I don't want to get too cute with that. So I'm going to take off my helper layers. We got the before and then the after. Always a good idea to lower your opacity just in case you go too far. So I'm going to go 85% to 86. That looks fine. So we're done with frequency separation. Everything's looking nice. And let's take a look at some of the comments. There's a lot of comments here. You can also use content aware. I saw that one. I don't know. You could control the scale of the content aware tool. Thanks for the trick, man. I started Dodge and Burn, learning from you, page followers. Awesome, man. I learned a lot from your videos. Many thanks. Just having trouble directing model. Any advice? So I think the big thing when you're directing the model is you need to spend a little bit of time before the shoot to kind of ask her questions, get to know her just a little bit so that it's not so much, so she can get comfortable with you. Every time I do a photo shoot, I always make sure I bring music. I always bring a speaker, and I make sure that I play her music. I'm not gonna go to the photo shoot and play music that I wanna hear. I want her comfortable. I want her in the zone into what she likes to hear. And I've noticed that that is a big help when they can get comfortable and there's music playing. So if you're maybe a little bit shy and maybe don't know how to keep up a conversation for very long, I would encourage you to bring a speaker and just tell her to connect, him or her for that matter, to connect their music to the speaker. Okay. But as far as directing, another tip is to, get some preset poses, maybe on Pinterest, just so that they can visually see what you're going for. A lot of times I'll do that with clients, and the clients usually like that. They find it much easier to see a visual reference. And so that's another idea, but don't use that as a shortcut to not learn how to pose. That's just a good backup plan, especially when you have your stiff models or your nervous clients. I always like to have that as a backup plan. So number one priority is to learn how to pose, either learning through YouTube, learning on reference images. There's some good books by Lindsay Adler that talks about posing. Roberto Valenzuela also has some good books as well. So I'd highly recommend that you guys check those out for posing. So now, right now I'm doing dodge and burn. This is gonna take me about maybe anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. That's why when I do the full edit videos, I usually will fast forward it. It depends how detailed I wanna be on this one. It's a full body shot, so you're really not gonna see these details. So I'm really just gonna try to get some of the bigger areas for the most part, to be honest, because nobody's really gonna see all of those details. See how I'm zoomed out? Like nobody's gonna see all that crap. So I'm gonna try my best to maybe not go so heavy on the dodge and burn on this image, but no guarantees, but we'll see. So now I'm gonna burn. There's some areas here that I wanna make sure are burned just a little bit more. So I'm just looking around the image, finding the areas that I feel like are a little bit too much for me. I'm gonna now manipulate my, hey, Lai, what's your favorite tool for skin smoothing? My favorite tool is gonna be definitely dodge and burn. I can definitely skip frequency separation if I really wanted to. And so dodge and burn is the best method. Unfortunately, you have to have a good eye for it. I myself am not that great at it, I'll be honest. Like I'm good, but like there's some freaking really talented people out there. And so I myself am just trying to train my eye for it. And there's no shortcuts. I know there's a lot of software out there that claims to get like really good skin tones, but in my opinion, the best results that I've ever seen is just manually doing it yourself. And I kind of find it relaxing, to be honest. Especially after a long day of work, it's just kind of like quiet and peaceful and just kind of coming in here and just doing this. So, but obviously it's not practical for everybody, you know, like to spend this much time, like 20, 30 minutes just doing that, because if you're doing a lot of client work, so that's where I think frequency separation would come in handy for some people. And that's what I did with a client. I just finished editing a client shoot a while ago, and I did mainly frequency separation and then just a little bit of dodge and burn, just mainly the bigger areas. And I was able to finish editing the client photos in about 2 hours. So all the photos that they selected for the series. So that was awesome. Now I'm rewarding myself by coming in here and editing one of the photos that I took with my friend Hector and Mr. Gilbas, Marco Gilbas, my good friend. So, oops, I think I accidentally deleted something. Oh, I just moved it. There we go. Okay, what do we got? We got some more questions here. Skin, okie dokie, boom. Yes, dodge and burn is meditation. Yes, sir, it is, man. It is. It can also get frustrating because sometimes, like, you spend all this time and then you're like, shit, it doesn't look good, you know? Like I was saying, you know, I'm still trying to get better at dodge and burn. I feel like I'm nowhere near perfect at it. So I think a lot of it is I need to practice every freaking day. Like sometimes when I'm doing my YouTube videos, like I don't edit like actual photos and I get a little rusty. So I need to stay consistent and be editing every single day, or at least every other day minimum, so that I can develop my eye, my visual eye, as to where I need to be doing this dodge and burn stuff, you know? So one of the new things that I've been doing, I'm going to show you guys in a moment. So you guys will get a bonus tip. Those of you guys who are watching live, I haven't mentioned this in any of my videos because it's something new that I've been doing. So let me show you real quick. So sometimes when you're trying to see like where the light is coming from and where maybe you should be brightening up just a little bit, what I've been playing around with is threshold. So when I go to the adjustments and I go to threshold, maybe some of you guys do this. What I can do is when I drag this to the left, it's showing me where all the light is coming from. So right there, that's the nose. So that's getting the bright spot. And then right underneath this little, the eye, right above the cheek. And then this part of the forehead is getting the brightest part of the light. So that was telling me that I had my light camera right and the light's coming in. And then as it spreads, so this is how the transition should kind of be spreading out with the brightness levels. So this kind of just gives me a general idea of where I should be brightening up. So I need to make sure that this part of the chin is a little bit brighter and then this section is bright. So it's kind of like a visual reference. So now when I come back, I know for sure that I'm going to come into my dodge and I'm purposely just going to brighten up this big section and this section here and this section here and that section there. Just a couple of swipes, not, you know, getting all crazy, but just a couple of extra swipes because that's where the light was naturally just bright, okay? Nice trick, you're welcome. So I'm probably gonna mention that in my next full edit video. I figured that might be helpful for some people. I was just kind of playing around with that and I was like, you know what? That's a nice little reference, nice little guide. You don't have to be all detailed with it, but it kind of just gives you a general idea of, okay, this area probably should be a little bit brighter. Okay. And I'm just doing a quick dodge and burn here on the legs and feet. I don't want to have everything like perfectly smooth on this part. Uh-oh, somebody just texted me. Who was it? Okay, hold on, guys. I got to do this text real quick. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. All right, so now I'm just here on the legs. I am just kind of using this as a reference. Once again, I am just kind of smoothing out some stuff. I'm not going to get all detailed and smooth every little pore on the arms. But but I definitely want it to be as smooth as I can get it as I go through this quickly. Okay, I'm definitely going to full edit videos are the best. Yep, definitely super helpful trick. Thank you guys. Awesome. I'm glad you guys learned that. Yeah, my full edit videos, those seem to be the most popular ones on my YouTube channel, so I'm definitely going to keep doing them. The plan is to do one at least once a month. The best advice for you guys when I release those videos is just try to support me as much as possible, because those videos, honestly, I probably could be charging for them. I know a lot of people on Instagram charge for their full edit process. But the reason why I just gave it away for free is just because it's like everybody's process is more or less the same. So I was like, you know what? I'll just put it for free. Most people want to see that. And so when I post those, if you guys can just support, watch the videos, and just share it with your friends, I would appreciate that. That is what helps me in the long run, to be honest, is if you guys, share it in your Instagram stories or on Facebook, all that good stuff. All right, so let's take a look what we've done so far. Dodge and burn. I like it. It's looking good. We're not going to get too cute. Lately with some of my work, I feel like I've been going a little too much on frequency separation, dodge and burn. Like you go through your phases sometimes where you're trying some new techniques. Maybe you're trying to push the image a little bit too much. So I'm going to try to go light on this image. Okay. And so far I'm digging it. It looks very clean. It's not overly processed in my opinion. So I think I like where I'm going with this. Now what I want to do is I want to focus on the global stuff now. So I want to go dodge. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to maybe go for flow. And I'm going to just simply brush just a couple of dabs. We talked about this earlier. So those of you that maybe just joined, we talked about the threshold. So when I move this threshold, it's showing me what areas got the light first. So that nose is going to be bright a little bit. And then I'm going to come here with my global. I'm going to come into this cheekbone. I'm going to come into this forehead. Then I'm going to come into this little cheek over there. And then the chin, I'll get to the lips and the top part of the lip. And that'll get me that three-dimensional pop. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to rename this to dodge. And then we're going to go global. And I am going to, with about 4% flow, I'm just going to do a couple of dabs right there. Simple. Here, we're going to do the same thing, just a couple. I just did like 2 swipes there. And I'm going to come right down the nose, brighten up the nose. And we're going to come over here. And I think there was some areas over here too as well that were a little bit brighter. So just a small difference just to make sure that those things pop a little bit. I'm going to come into the lips and we're going to work on the lips now. We're going to even out some of these little areas as well. All right. So let me look at the threshold when it comes to the lips. Where should I be bringing in that light? So where did it come from? So right about here, right on this part of the lip is where it got the light. So I'm going to come in here. So it's going to be this top part here. So I'm going to come in here. And I'm just going to give it a couple of swipes right about there. Because that's where the light came in from. I'm going to look at the top part of the lip. I don't know if that's going to help. Let's see. Yeah, so it came like right about here. So I'm going to take this off. And it's usually around where the Cupid's bow is at, which is right about in this general area. So I'm just going to give a couple of wipes right there. Super cool. I'm going to add my burn global now. Rename this to global. Okay. I'm going to come in below here and I'm going to enhance. Since I made this part brighter, I'm going to darken this part so the lip pops a little bit, and I'm going to darken it underneath here. That will help. The same thing with the nose. We're going to try to continue this shadow coming down. So I'm going to get that. There we go. So nice. I like it. So let's see what I have so far. I'm digging it. That's looking cool. What do you guys think? Great video. You're welcome. Absolutely true. Full edits are amazing. Thanks for supporting. We will support. Thank you guys. Hey, what's up, Seth? Let me just check my phone real quick. I think some people are texting me here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I was on the phone. All right, so let's see. I'm loving the skin retouch. It's looking good. I like it. I don't think I need to do too much. Like I said, lately I think I've been getting carried away with some of my stuff on accident, not intentional. You know, you have your days where you go a little too far, and it's okay. It's not the end of the world, you know? So so what I'm gonna do is, let's work on the eyes next, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a new curves layer. We're gonna add this going straight up, right about there. I'm gonna invert this pressing Control I. And let's do maybe 3% flow. And opposite of the catch light is where the light would naturally be showing up. So I'm going to come on this side right here. Right about there. Okay. It's not perfect, I know. But I promise I'm going to come back right now and make some adjustments to it. So I am going a little bit carried away on it, but it's okay. I'm going to come back. I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to lighten up the eye a little bit. I'm going to lighten up the eye right here because there's some natural highlights right there. Perfect. Okay. There's some highlight areas there. We're going to get this area. We're going to highlight that. I'm going to highlight the eyeball a little bit. Get this highlight here. The highlight here on the eye. Boom. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to go put this at 1% flow. I'm going to switch it to black. And what I want to do is I want to fade this and get this a little bit better than what I was doing right now. Fade that off. So I'm just trying to curve it. There you go. That looks better. Okay. So if I zoom out, let's take a look at the eyes. The eyes are looking good. I think this one, the catch light's a little bit too high up here. So I'm just going to brush with a little bit more black and just kind of fade this down. Cool. So I'm going to rename this eyes. Perfect. Looking good. Still no music. I know, Seth. Sorry, man. Sorry. Look, I wasn't even going to go live, but I was like, you know what? I haven't been live here in a while. And then I was like, shit, I haven't even set it up. And I think you were the one that told me last time. And I was like, damn, that guy's going to get mad. And I was like, damn it. I was like, oh, well, I'll take the heat for it. But yeah, man. Okay. So let's see. What do we got? I am going to do global now. And I like the 50% gray. I'm going to use the dodge and burn tools for this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go into Lumensia. And I want to select the lights 2. And nope, we're going to go lights 1. I want to be able to get the hair. There we go. I'm going to select that. And I want to just add some nice highlights to the hair. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to swipe. And we're going to brighten up some of this hair. Especially on this side where we have the nice sun hitting. Perfect. And I might even bring out the lips just a little bit more. Just a small dab. Whoop. go. That looks good. And let's bring out some of the clothes. We're going to add some highlights to there, maybe a little bit there. Maybe just a little bit on the arm. I need it there. All right, so now I'm gonna deselect that. I'm gonna add, let's do a dark 3 now. What am I selecting with that? That looks good. I'm gonna go darks 3, we're gonna select, and now I'm gonna do the burn. So I'm gonna start burning some stuff to make it kind of pop a little bit. So I'm gonna push A. I switched my shortcuts to A, and I'm gonna start darkening some of these shadows now. Just want to see if anything's happening. Yep, we got a little bit. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit. Perfect. Looks nice. Let's darken up some of those areas. Darken it down here. Nice. Cool beans. Let's see what we have so far, ladies and gentlemen. Skin read. Let's just start from the beginning. We had the removal of all of the distractions. Then we had the frequency separation. And then the dodge and burn. I'm loving it. It's looking super cool. I'm going to save this real quick because nothing would be more devastating than the computer crashing. And I did all that damn work and it goes for nothing. So I'm going to go here. Jessica, we shot in farm and we're going to save it. Beautiful. Man, this is looking badass. I think I can probably edit this photo and get this submitted by tomorrow. All right. So where am I going to go with this? We're going to go select, deselect. Now we're on to the fun part. Let's get into some color grading. Let's see. What else can we do here? Let's go into selective color. And then I'm going to show you guys another bonus, man. You guys are seeing this live and you're seeing some bonus stuff. I showed you the threshold, and then I have another surprise for you guys in a little bit. So first, let's get into selective color. I'm going to get into my colors. And we're just going to push the colors just a little bit. There you go. So that should be enough for my skin tone. The skin already looks pretty good. Yeah, and it just added just a little difference. I know it's going to be hard to see on your screen, but I like it already with just that. I'm going to rename this to skin tone. And I'm going to add another one for this beautiful background sky that I have. So let's see what I can, where is it under? Is it under cyans? Yeah, let's make that nice deep color. I usually like those deep colors. This is fine. We'll just leave it like that. And then we'll add some of that. Okay, let's hopefully in the blues. Is it in the blues maybe? Is there any blues in there? It's a little bit. So I'm going to just darken it up just a little bit. I kind of like it with that color. So we'll do the sky, and then we got some greens over here. I don't know if those greens are a part of this selection. More than likely it's not. It is going to be in the yellows, which is going to be in a part of our skin. So I'm going to have to mask this out in a little bit. So I'm just going to bring this. I'm not sure. Do I want it to be darker? So probably, let's get the color first. So I think we'll go like that. And I think we'll add a little bit of, ooh, excuse me, I was about to sneeze. So yeah, that looks good right there. Her skin tone doesn't look too bad, but let's not risk it. So I'm going to get the brush tool. We're going to mask this out. I'm gonna make sure that none of this skin gets adjusted. So I'm gonna get the brush tool with black, and we're gonna remove it from her. Perfect. Nice. All right. So now let's get into, I'm going to rename this to sky plus grass. Good. And let's get into, well, let's see. Let's go into Lumenzia, but I want to go under, and I want to do color balance. And what I want to see is, I want to do, let's do the darks 4. Okay. And I'm going to go into my properties, and we're going to go shadows, and we're going to make those deep blue hues in my shadows. And ooh, I like that when we have that nice magenta in there. That looks awesome. We're just going to leave it like that. Super cool. Okay. We'll go back into Lumenzia. We're going to add another color balance, but this time we're going to go into the, let's go to L2s. Let's see what L2 looks like. If I go yeah, for sure. We're going to go lights 2. We're going to go into the highlights here. And we're going to add just a little bit of yellow. Mixed in with a little bit of that blue and just a hint of green. It's looking nice. I like it. Today, with so much explanation, it feels much better and feels like a tutorial. Thanks for this. Yeah, man, you're welcome, dude. Bro, you can explain that mixer brush ratio. I will. I think I've already explained it in my frequency separation video. Hey, Eli, how are you? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing awesome. I'm actually really happy with this edit. It's looking freaking awesome. Really happy with it. It's looking freaking beautiful. So now it's on to the new tool I've been playing with, which is this right here, ladies and gentlemen. I've been playing with this. This is like a curves adjustment. What's cool is that the color wheel is built in, and I can click here. And as I have my gain, which is my highlights, my gamma, which is my midtones, and my lift, which is my shadows. So I can just move these sliders, and I can start adding whatever color I want. And what's cool is that it'll automatically adjust the green, the red, and the blue channels, and it'll start making that curve already for me. So something I've just been playing around with. It's pretty cool. It's interesting. I'm digging it so far. Still have a lot of like experimenting to do with it, but it's pretty neat. I'm really digging it so far. So I don't think I'm going to do any of that stuff. And let's see what it looks like. This is the before and then the after. Well, I know with this, I know I want to bring. So I probably won't use this right away right now. I'm going to save this for the end because I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this color grade just yet. So I think I'm going to hold off on this for now, because I don't want to start messing with the colors too much, because I kind of like it where I have it right now. Do I use the infinite color palette? Yes, I do. I have it right here. Sometimes there's some instances where I'm not sure where I want to go with the color grade. Sorry about that. And I like using it to give me different options. It's just like, oh shit, I didn't think about maybe adding magenta into my highlights, or I didn't think about adding greens into my highlights. So I'll use it, I would say about 25% of the time. Most of the time I don't. It just depends on the specific photo, okay? But anyways, I'm gonna just keep playing around with this just a little bit. Like realistically, I'm just kind of looking at this And I'm just asking myself, okay, what looks good and what looks bad? And sometimes I don't know what direction I want to go with the edit. And that's okay. It's just a matter of trying to figure out, okay, what looks good? And I kind of like that. I think that looks nice. I'm going to lower down the strength of this. Let's go about 35. I think that looks good. And I think for now, like I said, I don't want to push this one too much right now. I think I'm going to go into my contrast now. I'm going to start adding some contrast into my photo. So definitely the foreground. I'm going to definitely add some contrast because things that are closer to the camera should be stronger in contrast. So I'm definitely going to add contrast here to the foreground. And I'm going to try not to add contrast or not add this brush in the back over here, mainly just below here. And maybe right underneath right there, just to make her pop a little bit. And then right there in the neck, so she kind of comes forward. Actually didn't like that, so I'm going to remove that. I think that right there is looking good. So this is the before and then the after, just a small effect, but adds nice little contrast to the foreground. So now I'm going to run my raw vato loco action. Skin tone looks great. Thank you. I agree. I've been struggling with my skin tones lately, but I feel like this one is coming out really, really awesome, and I'm super happy with this image. So yeah. But I know in a little bit I'm gonna want to color grade the sky a little bit more, maybe. But it's looking cool. So I'm gonna double click here in my camera raw filter. What I'm gonna do is I am going to let's see. I might have a preset that I've previously made and it might go well with this image. So there's Angela, YouTube. Nope. This one has some cool things with it, but I don't think it's going to work. This one. Nope. But nope. Orange. Nope. This one's kind of cool. Fernanda Red. Kind of like that. Kind of goes well with her. So I'm going to do the Fernanda Red. And now I'm going to tweak it, of course. These are just like presets from other images that I've done. So it's kind of like a good starting point. I'm going to bring the exposure up a little bit. Maybe go, let's go 5. We're only going to add just a little bit of contrast. Let's just go 1. We'll bring up the shadows just a little bit. Clarity will go to 1. What do we got over here? Did I tweak some of this stuff? Nope. Left it the same. Okay. Sharpening details. Oh man, this needs to go all the way down. This needs to go up. 80. Super cool. I'm loving it, man. You like the Julie one? Okay, maybe we can do. Maybe I'll do 2 of them. I'll make 2 versions right now, man. It's good to know, man. What's cool is that everybody sees things differently. You know, like obviously I am by no means perfect. And what's cool is that some people might be like, yo, dude, I like that other one, man. You should be using that. And so I love that. I love that you guys are giving me feedback. I love that you guys are here watching me and kind of telling me like, hey, this looks cool. You should have did this. I love it. I'm always open to ideas, man. I am by no means perfect whatsoever. I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's see. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave all this stuff. I like that. I am gonna add a little gradient here in the bottom. Just so that there's more attention on her. Bring down the highlights in all of this area. I don't need any highlights whatsoever on that. Okay, we're gonna come back here. Let's take a look at the before and after. I like it, the colors are popping. and they're popping in a good way, like where it's just very subtle and it's not getting too crazy. So I'm gonna hit OK. Yep. It was just enough of that nice little pop that I wanted. Now I'm noticing some areas. I'm gonna definitely dodge this leg. I don't want this leg to pop as much. So I'm noticing some areas that I'm gonna need to kind of come back in a little bit. So let me see what the gradient tone does to this image. I don't know if it's something that I'm gonna wanna add to this one. I think like 4% looks fine. Yeah. Red Loom usually does a good job too. Lower the opacity a little bit. Let's go about 35. So let's get to my color pop. I'm just gonna come in here and I'm gonna brush into some of my highlights here. You miss watching my behind the scenes videos. Don't worry, I have one coming this week. I'm gonna do a behind the scenes of a studio shoot. It's hard to do those behind the scene videos just because like I'm not sure which shoots are actually gonna be good. And sometimes I like to just shoot and not have like a lot of distractions, like have somebody doing video, and then it's like there's been some shoots where I'm like, man, I wish I should have did a video with this shoot. It came out awesome, but I definitely want to do more. We do have a fun video coming out pretty soon. In about 2 weeks, we're going to record. We're going to use a unique lens. So that'll be fun. So I got some stuff coming. All right, so we're going to name this Curves Pop. So what I want to do is I want to tackle this part here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Lumenzia, and I'm going to go into, well, first off, I'm going to run my dodge and burn action. So I'm going to burn that. So I'm going to go here, burn. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to figure out where it's coming from. I think it's going to come into my lights too. And is it showing up on my lights too? It is, but is it better with my lights one? Let's find out. It's going to be better with lights one, so I'm going to select that. And by making that selection, I'm going to be able to just target this bright leg. And the reason why it's bright is because my light was, the leg is closest to the light, but I don't want to draw attention to it. So I'm going to just do a couple of swipes here. And just kind of blend it off so that it still remains bright, but not to the point where it's a distraction. So if I remove this, this is the before and then the after. So you'll notice it's still bright, but now we've removed some of that attention that it was getting. Okay, so I'm gonna name this burn and then leg. There we go. And now we already have that removed. How to do awesome skin retouching. Watch my 2 videos, frequency separation and dodge and burn. That's what I just discussed right now. Sorry that you joined late. I will leave this live up for a little bit. So if you just rewatch the video, you'll see my entire process on what I just did. But damn, this photo, I'm really happy with it. I'm gonna save it one more time. I'm almost done. The problem is that a lot of times what I like to do is I like to take a break. So like right now, my eyes have been staring at it, and I love it. My eyes love it. But I might come back like in an hour or two, and it might be like, what the hell was I thinking? Those colors suck, you know? So I'm gonna just probably take a break in a little bit. I'm gonna still play around with it a little bit more. Let me see. So I am gonna add, nope, none of that. Levels, nope. And then we have the Pratik ones, but I don't use those right now. You know what? Let's use the infinite color. I know somebody had asked earlier. Let me just see what the infinite color panel might do here. So let's just hit create and see if we can maybe get something that looks a little different that we're not maybe seeing. So I like this, but I only like it in the foreground. So let me see which one is it coming from. So that one, not so much this one. So it's mainly the curves. So I'm gonna rename this to ground. I'm gonna mask it. Oops. Oh, come on, man. There we go. Press Control I. I only want to see it in the ground. I like how it added that like kind of orange tinge to it. So I'm going to make sure my flow is 100%. And now it's adding that nice kind of like brown earth tones to the ground. So I definitely love what it did for this section. And I'm going to minimize this. And get this. And that's looking awesome. Definitely love that because I felt like this isn't really kind of match really well. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put it like at 75% opacity. Oh man, digging this image a lot. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to get off. I need a break. I need to see what this image looks like to my eyes in a little bit, but I'm digging it so far. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me and kind of seeing what I'm doing here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save it, take a break. If you guys have any last minute questions, let me know before I decide to log out. If there is no further questions, then I am gonna go ahead and log out.